Hello everyone, MirageFly here, bringing you another game with Company of Heroes 2. This time it will be a grudge match between two RTN members, Brown and Gosling against CieZ, but we'll just call Ryan Gosling and Dusty because that's his actual name. Anyways, as for builds, Dusty's building an infantry section. Meanwhile, we got double Kubos queued up from CieZ. Gonna be very bad against the Brits, especially on this map. Pretty wide open, will allow good harassing for the Kubo wagons. First Kubo wagon has hit the field. Tommies have not actually capped any territory. They're moving up towards the field. They're going to let this other Tommy squad move in and capture points. Looks like our first Kubo will be moving out across the map. Not sure if he's going to focus on capturing first. He may be going for engagements. We do have a trench being placed down at the field. Our Kubo wagon is going to see this and begin opening fire. Tommies need to stop building. They're taking additional damage for building. Need to get behind cover, but they will manage to capture this field. Actually, they won't. Dusty needs to get his units back onto the point. Kubo's actually taking significant damage from these rifles. However, Tommy does go down. Tommies are not getting a cover bonus. Second squad is coming in to reinforce. However, the second Kubo wagon's actually coming up here. Going to be very bad. First Kubo is about to die, however. Needs to pull back. However, we do have Stern Pioneers on the flank of these Tommies, and we'll take them out. However, we're down to one man on this Tommy squad, and got Stern Pioneers on the flank of this infantry unit. Kubo could attempt to push him. How infantry section looks like they will make into the building. We have one member down in that squad. Stern Pioneers are attempting to close in. Gonna be one window on the side. The Tommy squad with one member will attempt to run away. Kubo is in pursuit. However, Vickers is now setting up. Stern Pioneer is doing significant damage on these Tommies who are going to be forced to pull back. Needs to immediately start running. Looks like his infantry section will barely manage to get out there. However, meanwhile, we've had Volks capturing up the entire map. Another Volks squad will be coming up. We actually got a universal carrier coming out from Dusty. Not exactly sure why he built this. Kind of late for it now. It will also be setting him back in tech, something he can't afford since well, he hasn't had any part of the map. He's only had this one territory point throughout the entire game, but as Vickers will begin capturing the field, he needs his infantry sections, however, to begin moving back onto these points. Not sure where a universal carrier may be going. Looks like he's just scouting ahead. And just to note that this game is from the ESL game. GO4 for week 7. There we go. Anyways, our brain carrier will be moving up, and what the heck do we have here? The skin just not properly de-apply? It's not actually a wreck. Or it's not a burnt out wreck, something. I mean, that's very odd in this game. Usually every time a vehicle does explode, it's burnt out, even if it doesn't really have much ammunition or fuel on board. Meanwhile, our Volks squad will be getting into this building. Tommies will begin capturing on the left-hand side, however. Meanwhile, CieZ has secured his entire bomb portion of the map. No truck has come out yet. More Volks are actually being spawned onto the field. It looks like Dusty's actually going to save it for his platoon command. No additional units have hit the field just yet. Volks Grenadiers are on the field. We'll be taking a bit of fire from this Bren carrier. Kubo was trying to get on the flank. Our universal carrier will reverse. Volks will fire on this universal carrier, but has surprisingly tough armor, taking only minor damage. However, one of the infantry sections will get into the building. Will be a little bit difficult for these Oberkommando units to dislodge them. However, Tommy squad is a bit down in health. Meanwhile, this Bren carrier will harass this Volk squad, but they're probably going to capture the munitions. Vickers is setting up. Another Volk squad on the right-hand side will begin moving up. Tommies have secured this portion of the map. Alright, we got Stern Pioneers moving in. This could be very bad for Dusty. He could lose a squad here. There's barely any health. Needs to focus on the Stern Pioneers and do as much damage as he can. Should probably bring the universal carrier over. He's probably going to lose his Tommy squad. Tommy squad has gone down on near the field. Should have probably pulled out a bit earlier. Small engagement here. Vickers and Tommy's engaging these Volks in the buildings. We'll probably get them out eventually. We're going to need to see more infantry coming out for Dusty Hour. He has barely any troops at all. Sapper squad is on the field, however, they need to turn around and actually start shooting at these Volks. Tommy's squad is being rebuilt, will be coming back onto the field. Kubo here to harass. Sappers will be forced back. They did not pursue the Volks. The infantry section did buy medical kits. Will be moving up. Getting behind the truck for heavy cover. They will find these Volks here. Universal carrier could probably move up and engage. We do have a Riketan Warfare on the field, and that's waiting down in the center. Stern Pioneers could attempt to move in, however, they are at very, very low health. Tommies will begin focusing down and immediately take out a member. Riketan will fire. This could be really bad. Universal carrier at very low health. May lose the Stern Pioneers here. Stern Pioneers do get white running across that red cover, or negative cover, however you want to pronounce it. Anyways, Tommies will be forced off. Down to 3 members, haven't lost another model since, however. And we got another Vickers coming onto the field. I guess it is decent on this map. Lots of lanes of fire, especially once you secure your side of the river. Folks, Grenadiers moving up. However, there still is no truck established. Mechanized is just going up, so no flame grenades just yet. Vickers moving up. Vickers is in the open. Takes a bit of damage, but will force away these Volks. Volk squad here is capturing our. I wonder if we'll see an upgrade on this Universal Carrier. They're not exactly that great, but it's there nonetheless. Meanwhile, Kubo will again moving up onto the right hand side. Will be getting harassing. Universal Carrier needs to get over there and get that Kubo off the point. Kubo will probably decap this point before any response is made. We do have the AEC locked in, and the AEC is being deployed. And we actually got the Sappers being total on. It will allow those Sappers to get over to the point faster and capture the fuel. Sadly, that you will not be able to shoot out of this thing. And what the hell? These Sappers have Lee Enfields? They're not equipped with that. I'll just hold this Lee Enfield for cosmetic purposes. Our Sappers will disembark. They do have a minesweeper and will begin securing this point. Our Riketan is here. We could actually lose the Universal Carrier here. Riketan does land a nice hit. Universal Carrier is still in the arc. Another shot will go off and take out the Universal Carrier. May have just been better to roll back here and let the Sappers defend against the Kubo. Really big losses for Dusty. He's lost his Universal Carrier and he's lost an infantry section. Meanwhile, for CieZ, well, he's lost a Kubo wagon and Stern Pioneers, but I'd say it's worse for Dusty since he's lost a lot more infantry and staying power on the field. He only has 1 combat infantry unit, 1 Tommy squad, and 2. The rest are either support weapons or an engineering unit. AC has arrived, however. I've actually got double Vickers here. Panzer Shrek will attempt to fire, how it's not in range just yet. AEC moving away. Tommy's dueling with these Volks inside the building. We'll eventually get them out. Vickers are firing at the Volks near the right hand side. We'll be eventually forcing them out. More Shreks have been purchased. We also have a Lux on the field. However, that AEC will at least manage to counter it. Lux, however, can cause a bit of harm with the AEC, so Dusty has to be careful of his health on his armored car. Vickers will be forced away down to 1 man. Actually, Boy's anti-tank unit. Well, tank hunter infantry squad on the field. Kubo is now on the right hand side once again. Will begin capturing. Maybe a mine tossed down would have been better. Because Dusty knows that there are no Stern Pioneers on the field, or not that he's seen. He's taken them out, so that means mines are going to be pretty effective against the Oberkommando West until the Sturms are rebuilt. And Sturms are not a cheap unit to purchase. Vickers has managed to capture the point in the center, but will begin falling back, likely to need that heal from the Tommies. Armored car getting back in action. Tommies are healing them. Infantry section here, taking the left-hand side. AC is moving up once again, however, it's not fully repaired. Can use a bit more to finish up. I'll actually park over there near the trees. Center is being retaken. Not really sure what Dusty's planning to do. May do a big push, probably would be best. He needs to keep his forces consolidated. Lux needs to be a little careful. There are anti-tank rifles here. However, this infantry section is bunching up. Could be really bad if the Lux land some hits there. And And AEC actually needs to properly rotate. We do have Vickers here. We'll slowly begin to suppress these squads, and Volks are getting relatively low. We'll be forced to pull back. Shrek will fire. We'll miss its first shot. Kubo is being forced away by another Vickers. Vickers are moving up. I don't really think it's a good idea to move these Vickers up unsupported, especially with the Looks on the field. Looks will be moving on the infantry section on the left-hand side, so that will give the Vickers here time to move in and capture this point. Just needs to be careful, though. Needs to get his AEC over to that side so it can protect his troops on the retreat. Volks are here, may toss a flame grenade, and Tommies actually need to begin focus on the Volks. They shouldn't be focusing on this Looks. Remember, kids, shoot what you can actually hurt. Raketin is here and cloaked. We actually have another Raketin will open fire. AC needs to get out there. Smoke will be popped, however. Looks is taking a bit of damage, and we actually got another AEC on the field. Will be really bad for these Looks. Or for the single Looks. I gotta get my sentence structure fixed. Nice shot there from the AEC. Takes out 2 members of the crew. Raketin will fire. However, that Raketin needs to get out there. Another shot will probably end it. The Volk Shreks are moving up onto the left-hand side. Sappers are fixing this AEC hour. And the Raketin actually gets taken out in retreat. However, Dusty cannot recruit as he's down to 3 men on this infantry section. It looks like we're going to lose to Kubo. It's getting stuck on the terrain and gets taken out immediately. Meanwhile, Volks are trying to reposition. However, they're going to probably lose this fight. Actually, we got Scavenge Doctrine locked in for CieZ. Not sure if it's the best idea, especially on this map. Not a lot of buildings he can pop out of. Well, meanwhile, Dusty's obviously locked in the Special Weapons Support Regiment. Anti-tank rifle is doing a bit of damage on this Looks. Our Victus is here suppressing this Raketin. Our Victus are now under attack from this Looks. Needs to be careful. There are 2 AECs on the field. One of them still needs repairs. The other one's taking a bit of damage. Also gotta be careful. There's a lot of Volk Panzer Shreks on the field. And he's actually on prioritize, so he's gonna miss a few shots. Meanwhile, the Vickers on the right-hand side is capping up the map. We also got another anti-tank section on the field. Not anti-tank section heat grenades, not actually that good. It's actually worse than the anti-tank grenades for other factions simply because it deals less damage, so you actually won't put full health light vehicles into the crit range. Needs to be fixed for next patch, obviously. Because you're paying just as much for the other anti-tank grenades, 25 for all snares. Well, back into the action. We got Vickers trying to capture up in the center. Needs to be a little careful. Looks is prowling the field. Or looks like Dusty's managing to retake map control. He's now secured both fuels. His units are now coming back onto the base. And his AECs will actually need a bit of work. Both of them are down to less than half. Vickers taking fire, needs to pull back. Looks could pursue this, but I guess he is a bit scared of those AECs in the fog of war. Meanwhile, medical truck has actually gone up. I'm not actually sure it's the best idea, but we do need healing for all this infantry. We got another truck actually on the way. CieZ will be able to put down the Schwerpanzer headquarters soon. Meanwhile, we got an infantry section capturing up center. Be a little bit of deterrence for the Looks, and we actually got a 6-pounder on the way. So far, no tech for Dusty at the moment. Company command post has not been purchased. The second AEC really hasn't done much. I guess he is keeping CieZ contained at the moment, but he's going to need more sappers to keep his vehicles topped off. Looks is rolling in. We'll find this infantry section of anti-tank rifles, and 6-pounder will reveal itself, landing a nice hit. Jeez, I just can't pronounce my words these days. Meanwhile, I got an infantry section slowly going to have a shootout with these Volks. Not sure who's going to win this, but the Volks are probably going to capture this munition point. AC is rolling up, though. Haven't seen much of this doctrine used just yet. Surprisingly, this Kubo was never salvaged. Extra 5 field would help. AC lands a devastating blow there. Volks are going to be forced to pull back down to 2 members. AC will not pursue our Raketins are cloaked and will begin slowly moving up. Vickers opening fire now. Vet 2 forcing away these Volks. Volks are probably going to be forced to pull back. AC is in position. Will be rolling towards them. Actually got a flank on these Raketins. Boys anti-tank section will begin open fire. How we got the looks here, we'll begin smashing into these Tommies. 6-pounder is trying to rotate. We need to see a retreat from this AT gun. Could get wiped down in the next shot. However, the boys anti-tank section was forced to pull back. Well, section will be engaging this Volk squad. Volk squad will probably lose this one. Looks is rotating in the position, however. Tommies are in a pretty good position, taking minimal damage from this looks. You know, the ACs are coming in. Kills a lot of those Volks. Shrek does fire from the Volks here. That's a nice hit on AC, getting them a third hit of veterancy. However, these Volks need to pull out. They're taking significant damage. Not sure why he's moving up the looks once again. This tank hunter section could attempt to go for the anti-tank grenade. Looks is in the vulnerable crit range. We do have Obers finally on the field, so CieZ is going to have some good anti-infantry firepower, something he's been lacking. You can't really rely on Volks to take on infantry sections at this point in the game, especially once they get their veterancy. Infantry sections are simply too tough for Volks, and their rifles deal a lot of damage. Left-hand field is being captured. CieZ continue to be contained. Gonna be a while until he gets any armor. Meanwhile, Dusty's gonna soon have a Cromwell. Oh, within a few minutes. Getting plus 29 fuel. Our Raketans are in position around this AEC. This Raketan's not in position. Smoke is popped. We could lose this Raketan. Infantry section is going to attempt to open fire. How they're moving needs to be stationary. Infantry section has terrible move and accuracy. It's for some reason set at 0.25, which is pretty low. Most infantry units are set at 0.5 for their basic rifles. Not sure what that infantry section was trying to do, charging at those Volks, especially against two squads. We gotta be careful with this looks. Let's get a few shots. How the ACs are going to take it out. Not sure why he charged in with that, especially when there are two AECs in the area. Raketan does land a hit, but won't manage to take out that AEC. And now CieZ is really behind. Not sure what he can do at this point. He does have the salvage artillery standing by. Scavenge artillery, salvage artillery, even though it's actually called 105mm barrage. Our CieZ just has no armor on the field. It's going to be relying completely on Volk, Panzer, Shreks, and Raketans. And soon we're going to have armor coming out for a Brit player. Vickers is also here, suppressing these Volks. They do manage to decap the victory point. Volks here are getting into the building. Will land a shot with their Panzer Shrek. Actually, they will not be moving into the building. They'll actually pursue this AEC. Probably not get that other shot up. Panzer Shreks do have a considerable reload time. Obers need to get in cover here. Shouldn't be standing in the open, taking unnecessary damage. And that AEC just did a massive spin there. I'm surprised CieZ bought an ISG out of all things. I know Dusty has a few support weapons, and he does have Tommies, but I'm not sure if it's going to help him at this point in the game. He needs more combat infantry. Maybe another squad of Obers would be good. He's got a ton of munitions. He can buy these Ober LMGs. They're not that expensive, only at 60, and they give them Obers a massive improvement in combat effectiveness. We haven't actually seen much of his doctrine actually be used either. He may deploy an Ostro in his emergency tank, but I don't really see the point when he's placed on the Schwer unless it's an emergency vehicle. Probably should save it for a Panzer IV Jagdpanzer. Some actual armor. ISG will reveal itself for firing off its first shot. Will miss. Can land a nice hit here, however. Actually hits the barrels instead. Obers are not in position, however. They're taking significant damage. They're not in cover either. ISG keeps missing. These Obers need to get into this heavy cover here. ISG is still firing. Not really doing much on this anti-tank section, though. And Obers are actually in the open, taking significant damage. And now we have a sniper on the field, along with the Cromwell. AC here is going to need repairs. And Raketans are out of position. We could actually see some wipes here. AC and Cromwell need to focus the wounded one, however. They are missing their shots, though. Panzertreks are coming out of the base. Land some nice shots there. Howard Raketchen does get decrewed, but Howard's close enough to CieZ's base that I can easily recruit at. ISG continuing to fire. So far sitting at 1 kill. CieZ needs to get his Obers to Vet 2. Once they become Vet 2, they're going to easily be able to take on these Tommies. Jeez, more pronunciation problems today. Well, we got an armored car moving around. More capturing going on. Not much of CieZ's doctrine been used. We've only seen the anti-tank section called in so far. Sniper is backpedaling. 6-pounder sitting on the right-hand side, no support. Could be a little dangerous if it's caught out of position, though we do have Vickers a little bit forward of it. Cromwell is moving in. Takes a shot at the Obers. Cause a bit of damage, but will cause no lasting harm on the members. Our shots are getting closer, and Obers at less than a quarter, well, around a quarter health, and Sniper does take an additional model. We may see a flame grenade go off. ISG is firing. Actually, we got double ISG now. Gonna put some it's gonna put some pain on Dusty, especially if he turtles in too much. Brits do want to be stationary, but it is a significant manpower investment. I'm not sure if it's worth. I'd probably go with another Ogre squad and get some LMGs on them. See, this is just so many munitions on the bank. Maybe you should buy some Sterns and start placing mines again. Dusty only has 1 engineer squad on the field as sweepers. And they cancel the other squad. Another Shrek hits these vehicles, but once again, this is going to be repaired up pretty quickly. And do we have anything else coming out from the company command post? Nothing yet, no lock in the anvil or hammer tactics. AEC once again forcing away these Volks. And it's just been total map domination since the early game for Dusty. Points are sitting at 325 versus 292. Brits are soon going to have a triple cap on the Axis. Surprised we've seen no traps either. People underestimate these things, but they're only 50 points and they can possibly wipe squads if you're too bunched up when you're entering a point. They also cause significant damage. How the Obers are moving on Sniper. Sniper is exposed, needs to get out there. Not sure why he didn't pull it early and gets immediately wiped out by those Obers. And now they're Vet 2, they're going to cause significantly more damage. They're not going to care if the Tommies are Vet 2 or Vet 3 anymore. They get such a massive accuracy boost on such accurate weapons, they essentially become laser guns. Meanwhile, we got a Vogue squad moving on to the left-hand side. AAC is moving to respond. Shrek will land a hit. Actually, no, it will miss that shot. AAC is continuing to kite. Once again, the Shrek misses, but AAC is once again one of the few vehicles that actually he gets improved survivability. Not by health, though. Our double Raketchens will take out that AAC. Does it... I mean, CieZ can move and salvage that, give him a bit more fuel. Not sure what he's saving up for, maybe going for a Panther. Do have a grenade going in this building. Section needs to pull out there, they're at very low health. I wonder if we're going to see weapon upgrades. We do have 5-man squads research, but no Bren guns, and... well, Dusty could honestly use a few Bren guns, or... actually, no, he's caught in half-track. He's going to be able to start dropping Vickers. He doesn't need to pay... he doesn't need to pay for the Bren guns anymore. Vickers K is essentially pretty similar to the Bren gun in most stats. Well, in DPS-wise, they're very similar. ISG's landing. They do not hit the Cromwell. These engineers need to be very careful. These Obers are doing significant damage. And we have a Panzer IV coming on the field. We'll give CieZ some power to push away both infantry and armor. Possibly duel the Cromwell. Needs to be careful against the Cromwell, however. Cromwell actually has surprisingly low target size. Most tanks are generally set at 22 to 23. Cromwell sits at 18, so it's actually rather difficult to hit for most tanks. Especially at range. I'm not sure why this half-track's moving in. A bit dangerous here. Could get wiped out. Not sure why he moved in. Should probably kept in the back and start dropping more weapons off. Alright, we have the concentrated fire operation being used near center. This could be dangerous. Railway shot incoming. First shell. That's a massive blow there. We lost 2 ISGs and a full Vogue squad. Major loss for CieZ. His ISG could actually get destroyed here if another shell hits it. Panzer IV needs to get on the field and do something. Volks are immediately being rebuilt. Sappers here are going to repair this tank. One of the ISGs is destroyed. CieZ could attempt to recruit, however there are more shells incoming. I think it's 5 shells for the concentrate fire operation. We got a triple cap on our axis, 223 versus 311. Honestly, I'm still not sure why Dusty threw away that half-track. Could probably drop some more Piets for his sappers. Give him some more anti-tank power, or more Vickers Ks. This infantry section needs to turn around and begin shooting at these obers. And that's what they're going to do. They're causing significant damage here. Obers could get wiped. ISG will attempt to shoot, however misses. Obers will barely get back with a sliver of health in one member. Not sure what these Riketans are doing. Vickers is going to start cutting into the squad, doing significant damage even on retreat. Flame grenade goes off on the crew. The crew needs to get out of there. Down to 1 man on that Vet 2 Vickers. Dusty can't afford to lose it. Needs to pull that back. He's not microwing. Needs to get that back. ISG is still in the field. Actually, Panzer IV will not move, but it's taking a bit of damage. Will miss that AEC. AC could go down to another Shrek shot, but smoke is being popped. AEC is now running back. And oh there, we got a phone here. But back on topic, we got a Cromwell now firing at his Volk squad. Volk squad will force away to Cromwell. Volks are moving up into the center VP. Need to be careful though, they're bunching up. 2 members are taken out by next shot. Most Grenadiers are moving up. Brickhampton's also moving up. We got one at Vet 2. Go and give it a bit more rate of fire. Needs to be careful and not bunch him up, however. Against they're prone for being wiped. Infantry sections moving down onto this Volk squad and down behind heavy cover. Another section moving up. Vickers is here. We'll begin to open fire. Tommy squad needs to stop and begin opening fire. We need to see more tech coming out from Dusty, though. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. We do have artillery going down, though. Looks like scavenged artillery is being dropped. Probably going to be a lot of shells since CieZ has been storing a ton of munitions throughout this game. Vickers is under fire from this artillery. Needs to be a bit careful. Could get wiped here if a shell decides to scatter too far. Got a ton of artillery shells landing. However, it doesn't really hit anything in the end. Section with anti-tank rifles going to attempt to engage these Volks. Our Panzer IV is here, back to full health. Another Panzer IV is actually going to be called in. Not sure what Dusty's waiting for. Is he actually saving up for the Croc? Not sure if it's the best choice at this point. Like, probably done with more mobile armor. He could have teched up far earlier and got himself more tanks. Vickers is Vet 3, but needs to be careful. ISGs are firing. Or what? The ISG. The single one. Vickers will pull back. Need to be careful. Anti-tank gun is in the open. Obers are opening fire, and they are Vet 2. We do have a squad here engaging these Volks. However, they are in a bit of open. Tommy's going to take a bit of damage, but they're probably going to win this simply by having superior weapons. Crocodile is on the field, shooting fire everywhere. Immediately pulls back. Probably could have dropped a bit of fire on these Riketans. Damage over time will probably kill them if they don't move. Cromwell's back in action, though. Section taking a bit of damage from those ISGs. The ISG, I gotta remember it's singular at this point. Still, in terms of army composition, well, aside from the obers that are going to carry CieZ in the infantry war, or in most cases, I think Dusty's doing a bit better. He's got 2 machine guns, he's got his anti-tank guns, just 3 infantry sections of the Royal Engineer squad. He's also have 3 pieces of armor. AEC to respond to his flanks. Crocodile. Well, Crocodile's there. We'll clear out the infantry, and we got Cromwell for being our all-arounder. Actually, Second Panzer IV was cancelled. I think CieZ is going for a Panther. Can't afford it now. Should probably purchase it immediately. Go. I was going to say we could save up for a King Tiger, but he's a bit far off from that. We'll be calling in a Panther. So far, no salvage has gone down, though. Poor Kuba will never be used for anything. Not sure if the half-track was salvaged or it was just destroyed outright. Section's taking significant damage here. Flame grenade goes in. Panzer IV actually has not been set to our engage. It's on prioritized vehicles. Will not be firing on these Tommies. Obersoldat in here. We got hold the line active. I'm not exactly sure what this does. Apparently you get defensive bonuses, and furthermore Typhoons will come in. We could lose this ISG. Crocodile is here. Needing a bit more fire on that crew, however. They actually may lose the crew here. Very dangerous game. I'm surprised they're not taking fire. Well, that was a pun. Anyways, Raketans are being engaged with Crocodile. We could actually lose them both here. Flamethrower is adjusting to get onto the next Raketan. However, we do have a push on the right-hand side. These vehicles are out of position. We're going to lose a Cromwell. Actually, a bounce from the Panzer IV. Panther will not get its finishing shot off, and that Cromwell is going to get out of there. One of the Raketans was decrewed. However, it's once again near base. We'll be able to get back online shortly. This vehicle needs to be repaired, and maybe we need to see some tech eventually come out from Dusty, either lock in the hammer anvil tactics. Even if it is costing him another vehicle, he at least gets bonuses that he can use. I mean, you could put war speed on this Crocodile, and that would be pretty nice. However, we got an anti-tank on really out of position. We got Vet 2 Obers focusing them. It's pretty much dead. However, we got an off-map being caught. CieZ is dropping in the 105mm barrage. All units are being forced to pull back. Anti-tank gun has been decrewed. These Volk can probably recrew it. Needs to be careful though. We got scavenger artillery going down. Could actually wipe out the gun. AEC could get wiped out here. More shot will finish off. Vet 3 AEC, but still running back. The gun will be recruited by these Volks before they pull back. CieZ is down to 97 points. Harry's managing to contest the next point. Well, contest the victory points. Down to 1 point for Dusty. Hardy's Volks will be forced to pull back from the Crocodile. 6-pounder is repositioning. Will not get a shot in. He's set to prioritize as well. Panzer IV is going to need a bit of repairs. Tank Hunter section needs to begin open up on the Volks. Panzer IV is rotating in, however. We'll manage to land 1 kill. Crocodile is moving up. We actually have stolen Raketan for our Brits. Needs to be careful. This 6-pounder is completely exposed. We're going to lose another 6-pounder to these Vet 3 Obers. Raketan's going to run out there. Push of infantry moving in. Trying to force away this anti-tank unit. We actually have fresh Sturm Pioneers finally called in. Tommy sneak out. We're going to lose the Vet 3 squad. Not sure why they were moving up so far. Bit of miss micro there from Dusty. We'll lose 2 more infantry members. Could actually be a wipe with these. Overs could probably have wiped them if they actually didn't move. This MG could be wiped. However, Crocodile is here to defend. Concentrate fire operation is being used. Not sure why it was fired here, but it will be a bit of area denial. I think Dusty should have began planting mines though a bit earlier. His sappers are mainly here for repair duty. A lot of mines would have helped earlier. These because the only Sturm Pioneers have just come onto the field and they still don't have any of their minesweepers active. Could have been really bad for CieZ and forced out Sturm Pioneers earlier and forced them to spend manpower elsewhere. Infantry section with no weapon upgrades, moving on to this point. Folks will fire at them. Section will return fire. I do have a trench going down center, how our ISG is bombarding. Vickers is in a bad position, it's very bunched up behind this tree. Panzer IV will not land its first hit, however. Could wipe on the next shot. Bit of damage on the Vickers. Vickers should probably get out of there. Our Cromwell is Vet 2. Shells are bouncing off this Panzer IV. May actually lose this Panzer IV. Panzer IV will go down. We do lose the Cromwell due to these Volksschrecks in the rear. 2 more shots do land on this Panther. We'll force it back. Anti-tank's going to be forced to get out of there. Ricketten will also fall back. Vickers should probably fall back and get some healing. Trench is almost dead. Actually, Vickers will get decrewed 4 overs. We're going to need vehicles to deal with them now. Vickers is setting up now. We'll engage this Ober team. And suppress the squad. We'll force them away.
We have 200 points remaining.
Vickers here. Well, infantry section here. We do have infiltration grenades going off. Tommy's going to dodge this, however. Panther is back to full health. We'll begin moving out. We have minesweepers on our stern pioneers who are now moving out as well. AC still hasn't gotten any attention. We're going to need to see more rail engineers come on the field to help with these repairs. How are now Dusty's feeling the bleed? 182 versus 86. And poor AEC is now left unattended. Gets 3 stars, but no one's going to fix it. Crocodile is moving up. Infantry section here, and exchanging fire to these Volks. Infantry section has been in the open. We're able to win this hour because there are Panzerschreck on these Volks. Anti-tank will begin to open fire on this Panther and force it back. Actually, shells are bouncing off it. Next volley could land some nice hits, but once again, shells are just bouncing off. Crocodile could probably move in as the HP to burn down this Ricketten. Should probably just move in and take it out. However, we do have an anti-tank on the flank, which will force away. That captured 6-pounder is here. Not sure why these anti-tank guns are moving up so close. We got these Vet 4 Obers who are going to cut into and wipe out the crew immediately. Especially we've also not seen any mortar pits. May have been due to the fact that there is scavenger artillery standing by, but could have been probably braced for that. Because our Brits currently have no indirect fire at the moment to clear these anti-tank weapons or attempt to counter-barrage the leg. Dusty does have CieZ double capped. Our point will be captured here. Once again, CieZ floating a ton of munitions. Needs to start spending them either on mines or booby traps. Because this scavenger artillery hasn't really done much. Crocodile getting back in action. Gonna be a bit of a repair time. AC still needs repairs as well. Second engineer squad has been finally called onto the field. We'll begin repairing. Shell lands close to that infantry section. Will not wipe them out, however. We'll fall back for repairs.
Units are now ready to use anvil defensive drills and tactics.
For CieZ, he has been a bit of stockpile in the bank, 500 manpower and 200 fuel. Hasn't really needed to spend much. His Obers have been doing a lot of work clearing these support weapons. We'll take minimal casualties in return. May see a King Tiger later on. Dusty needs to make a move. Triple cap on our British forces player. We actually got a trap down near right-hand VP. Gonna be very bad if anyone gets onto that point, especially if they're bunched up. AC has been finally fully repaired. It's now back on the field. I wonder if we're going to see track breaker on this Panther. Crocodile trying to duel this Panther. It's a very slow fight. Crocodile needs to turn and actually start burning the 6-pounder though. Actually does manage to shoot some fire at that 6-pounder, forcing it back. Sapper's trying to get onto his point and decapture it. And nothing seeming to penetrate this Panther's armor. A lot of RNG going in CS's favor. Bit of a fight here. We actually got Anvil tactics locked in. We do have an engineer squad. They do have Vickers K and more armor, but they do move slower when combat has been engaged. Panther is now moving on to that side. We just need sappers to capture this point tower. Center point has been captured. These sappers have also been vetted up. They're going to take significantly less damage from these overs. You can see... Actually, are they getting defensive boost as well? Or no, that's from their vet 1. Just to note about the sapper vet boost, it doesn't actually benefit their machine gun. The cover boost for the sappers applies solely to their Sten guns. Not exactly sure why. Our Vickers needs to pull back. Artillery shells are landing from the 105mm. Shells are a bit slow to land. Not sure why he set up near the target area. It could be really bad if shells start landing there. Volks are moving up. Taking fire from this infantry section. AEC is also here. They actually get wiped on retreat. They're running across the open, taking significant damage. These Tommies were not in cover. I don't think they were getting their cover bonus. AC's backing away. 6-pounder's about to get decrewed once again. Needs to pull back and get reinforced. Our Volk squad is moving in. We'll encounter these engineers. Shrek actually snipes the model. We got Vet 4 Obers coming back around. And now we have a King Tiger on the field. This is really bad for Dusty. He has, well, minimal anti-tank to say the least. He's only got one 6-pounder. The rest are mainly anti-infantry units. Unless you want to count the AEC, which is more of an anti-vehicle unit. Actually, the Crocodile hit a mine and got destroyed engine. Really bad for Dusty. He can't get out of there. And Dusty is still bleeding victory points. Shouldn't be triple cap. Well, double capped. We're actually going to lose this tank. Gets taken by the Kettenwerfer. Really bad RNG for Dusty there. Shouldn't have got that damage engine on that tank. Well, destroyed engine on that tank. Shouldn't have happened at all. And King Tiger will take out the first 6-pounder. Second 6-pounder is setting up. I was very vulnerable to anti-tank fire. Well, I mean, very vulnerable to any kind of fire. At 2 men, King Tiger is probably going to wipe in the next shot. Actually misses. And 6-pounder having better time penetrating the King Tiger than it is penetrating the Panther. Anti-tank grenade goes off. But it didn't actually snare it. Not sure why. Pretty sure the King Tiger was within crit range. Or maybe it wasn't. I'm not exactly sure. Actually, we lost our Vet 3 AEC at some point. Not exactly sure how. Because I was near the point here due to Volk Panzer Shreks. Looks like Dusty is actually going to lose this. He doesn't really have much well, he doesn't really have much in the bank. In terms of, well, fighting units. Do have another Croc being called in, though. Not sure how he's going to deal with the King Tiger, though. He doesn't have enough anti-tank. Only one 6-pounder, though he... Actually, 2 now. It's recruit. My mistake there. Our Dusty's being bleed out pretty badly. Triple VPs for our Axis player. CieZ is going to bring it back at 83 VPs. Dusty now down to 42. Crocodile is moving on to the right-hand side. Our Panther is here to respond. Flamethrower is firing. Going to force these folks to relocate, but we need units on these points. We have captured Vickers here, going to force away this infantry section. 6-pounders are attempting to rotate. These Obers move up and flank the guns. They're going to wipe them out easily. And Vet 5 are going to start sprinting and moving in. We're going to lose a 6-pounder here. I don't think it really matters at this point. Dusty's going to bleed out on points. Got a bit of banter going on between the two players. Vickers will be forced to pull back. Regardless, Dusty will surrender and CieZ will be victorious in this round. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this cast, and this is Mirage Fla signing off.